We are back in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix in the digital world.
You know, it's interesting. Now that I look at this, I just realized that Twilight Princess, especially the Twilight Realm, has a very similar aesthetic.
Yeah, it's an aesthetic that I actually kind of like. It's a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Tron was talking about the fact that presumably out there's a world for the for Tron, like the that has Encom as an actual company and Sam and all of that. But that original system was destroyed, it seems, and this is a copy of that system.
Okay. Does that mean Tron's a copy of the original?
It's probably, yeah, it seems like it. But yeah, let's see. So, Stitch is voiced by Chris Sanders, who both created and originally voiced Stitch. He's voiced Stitch in nearly every project that has ever featured him. And he wasn't a voice actor that created Stitch. He was a creator that also voice acts Stitch. So he directed and wrote Lilo and Stitch, How to Train Your Dragon, The Croods, and The Wild Robot.
He does good work.
Wrote, yeah, he wrote The Lion King and Mulan.
Oh my gosh. That's an insane pedigree.
Yep. Alright, so this mini game, this is the only way I've ever done it, and I guess it's supposed to be harder than this, but just follow the cube and kill the cube, and then you win.
Okay, so it's just a 3-card, 3-shell Monty?
Basically, just... I mean, maybe if you lose track of it, it's a little bit harder, but I don't know how the rest of this minigame goes, because I always just get the cube immediately.
So the symbols on these cubes remind me, speaking of similar aesthetics, of the Shadow the Hedgehog, like, cyberspace levels a little bit.
I wanted to talk about this world in relation to the Shadow the Hedgehog computer levels so bad, but I couldn't.
It's funny.
And you should not be shocked to hear that I prefer this game.
Yeah. Conceptually,
not just in
I love
general,
it.
but also in terms of just the way that they handle the digital realm.
Oh yeah, conceptually, I loved what they did in those levels, but the execution was not quite on the mark.
There's only so great you can make them when the rest of the game is pretty dodgy.
That's what really disappoints me about Sonic Frontiers, is the cyberspace levels had a lot more potential, I feel like, and they were very half-baked in my eyes.
There's a lot about Sonic Frontiers that was half-baked, but hey, that's kind of the whole point, right? Instead of just throwing everything out and starting over afresh, hopefully they can stick with this for a little while and refine it, because whenever they do that, it always gets much better in the second version.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have to head back to the pit cell where we first met Tron, but so Sark and the MCP are both voiced by Corey Burton yet again. They're like roles 6 and 7 that I've had to cover for him. The original film actor for both, David Warner, wanted to reprise his role here, but couldn't due to other commitments. So they just had the man of 1,000 voices fill in.
So Tron Legacy shows... Oh.
Find my user. He'll give you the password to access the DTD.
You're back! So,
DTD?
DTD is the name my user gave to the data space. Copies of all the original system programs are stored there, along with anything that's sensitive or restricted.
They call it data space, but it's basically a database, I think.
Organization 13? Most likely.
I hate that he looks like Chevy
Chase.
Chase.
Were appropriated when I last took on the MCP. That's why I need.
I just flashed back to Christmas Vacation.
And I flash forward to Community.
I can access my original backup program and restore all my functions. Then I'll be able to put this system back the way it was before the MCP got control and changed everything. The way it was supposed to be. A free system for you, the users.
Tron. Ain't the MCP one of those programs too?
Yeah, but screw that guy.
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, we'll just have to find your user and ask him. What's his name?
You mean you don't know? My user is the user of this system. Ansem the Wise.
Ansem?
Why should you be so surprised, guys? It's his computer.
I'm assuming you put that together earlier. Yeah, they treat it like a surprise, but I mean, this was Ansem's home.
You better exit the system now.
Sure, but Tron, Ansem is...
We're looking at password.
Okay, you're good to go. Hurry.
So in Tron Legacy, they show a program exiting the digital space and entering the real world. And I never understood the implications of that too well. Although Tron Ares, I suppose, answers that. I might just
Well,
watch it just for that.
We already have precedents for things in the digital world coming to the real world here because of the digital Twilight Town. They have Roxas's money pouch and crystal.
It's a weird little jivey jump. We found the folder marked homework, Leon.
Kids label it homework, parents label it taxes.
Oh.
So yeah, Ansem at some point was able to go to the Tron, not like the Tron computer world, but the Tron outer world, and made a copy of Space Paranoids, and brought it back here to use as his own personal system.
I wonder if that company was originally in Quadratum. Oh, hey.
Hey, Tifa. So, it should be pretty obvious, but you know who Tifa's looking for, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, looking for Cloud.
I was going to say Kath Sith, but no, I'm just kidding. I have not played those games. Whoa.
But yeah, Sora just saw Cloud, so presumably he would know that she's looking for Cloud. And be like, well, Cloud has really spiky hair, arguably spikier than mine.
What is going on?
Cloud? She's ransacking the room.
Ah.
Excuse me?
Perfect. Kingdom Hearts. Wait, no. That looks an awful lot like that one machine in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah, you can kind of see that.
Why did she punch the wall?
Presumably to hear if it sounded hollow on the other side.
Well, it is Hollow Bastion.
Yeah. Thank you for booting me back to gameplay when all I had to do was literally just press triangle. Could have just continued the cutscene.
Security. Tron. Door to.
Looks like a diagram or something.
Door to. Darkness.
Oh! D. T. D.
The first and only time Sora grows a brain cell.
What's up?
Look at this. This must be the data space. The DTD. See? The door to darkness.
Nerd. Naming his computer stuff after real stuff in the world.
Say, fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness?
He said the line!
Your Majesty!
Looks so goofy.
No, Goofy's over there.
Ah.
They have been working towards this moment since the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1.
The organization might be listening.
How?
Yeah, that's my question.
mention the door to darkness?
Oh, yes, sir. You see, we're looking for the secret password.
Password? Oh, I guess you mean like a code.
I can only assume that that little moment there is something that
Well,
got
the
lost
door
in
to darkness
translation.
can only be opened by the 7 princesses. There's Snow White, Jasmine, and Belle.
Of course.
What?
What are you trying to do?
With that password, we can get access to Ansem's research data.
So that means you might be able to find out where he is.
Stop joking around, Your Majesty.
We
already
killed that
defeated
guy.
Ansem. You know that.
Yeah, he did. Although, he
Looks
was
like
bumming around with Diz.
I've got a lot of explaining to do.
You're listening, Your Majesty.
Okay, but first I've got a question.
Hey, isn't Tron waiting for you guys?
We started the Tron world, we gotta finish the Tron world.
Yeah, but we still need the
Worry,
password.
I'm not going anywhere. If those Heartless attack, I'll stand and fight with everybody here.
Well, it sounds like
Yeah, we
Leon
will
figured
too.
out the password.
Then let's talk more later.
That's a promise.
I'll see you when you get back.
If Mickey ditches us without giving us any questions, then it'll give me trust issues for the rest of the series.
Let me give your clothes some new powers?
Don't you remember?
No.
Just give it a second. New drive form!
Whoa.
Remember, it was the fairy said that the clothes are what allows Sora to go into the drive forms.
Oh.
So we got Master Form. Master Form is supposed to represent Sora at both his strength and magic at its peak. It's yellow themed and has a kind of theme of aerial combat. And like Limit Form, it uses up 4 gauges instead of 3. And this allows us to use Stitch as a summon.
Yay.
So Stitch is our 3rd summon, and also the best summon in the game. Stitch is cracked. And you will see me use Stitch desperately once we get to like post-game content and bonus bosses and whatnot. He's so good. So, the growth ability for Master Form is Aerial Dodge, basically a double jump. But it's a spinning double jump that gives you some mild height, but some really good horizontal movement. And it does work as like a dodge. You know, you can dodge attacks with it. And it is another dual wielding form, just like Valor Form. So we assign another Keyblade to it.
Neat.
And the way we level up Master Form is, you know those drive prizes, the little drive orbs, yellow ones? For each one of those we pick up in Master Form, we get 1 point. Although the big ones give us 3 points.
Cool.
So I've alluded to strategies regarding those drive orbs. Those are all for leveling up Master Form.
So we have Tifa, we have Cloud. Do we ever get Barrett?
Barrett has never shown up in Kingdom Hearts.
But he could say, he could say, I like the way you thrust, Sora.
I think they've kind of decided that Final Fantasy VII has gotten enough love, and they want to spread things around, although for a while it was mostly just about de-emphasizing Final Fantasy in general. It wasn't until Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and barely had any Final Fantasy in it at all, and they got criticism for it, that they've started realizing, hey, maybe we should start incorporating that again. So now we can go into the digital world on our own terms.
I wonder how painful that is.
Hey, we told Tron to stay here, didn't we?
I think so, but it's been a long time for him, probably.
Possibly.
Ah, crap. Typical boomer. Breaks computer. Oh!
Acts all innocent.
Light cycle.
The game grid.
Yay, light cycle.
I didn't touch nothing.
Welcome to the game grid.
Game grid?
That's right. You've been chosen to play a few games. Lose and you will be subject to immediate de-resolution. Win? Well... no one wins.
We're not gonna play your games.
You have no choice.
Well then, get on with it.
Alright, time for a light cycle minigame.
Alright.
Complete with 90-degree turns.
Yeah.
So first we got a little tutorial for it. So basically you can attack with the Keyblade by pressing X, you can charge doing this, that's that move right there, by pressing square, and you can guard with circle. However, in my experience, charge does most everything you want it to. I hardly ever do the attack or bother guarding. I would say mostly just, when in doubt, use the charge attack.
All right. It looks like we can escape through there.
As primitive as Tron was, when you look at, I mean, first off, there's just how impressive it was for its time, but when you look at how much effort they had to go through for every frame of that movie, it's
gosh. Because that was
it's a marvel.
pre-CGI, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it was technically the first movie to incorporate computer-generated graphics, but obviously it was long in advance of all of our modern stuff, and this stupid Academy considered using computer graphics as cheating.
Which is ridiculous.
And I'm like, this is as far away from cheating with visual effects as you could possibly get.
Yeah. They were inventing entire new genres of movies with new tech that hadn't existed yet.
I mean, you look at how desperately Hollywood relies on CGI these days, and it's just like, do not take the Academy or anything from Hollywood seriously. They do not know what they're talking about.
It's funny. I thought you were going to say how they desperately gatekeep, because it seems like they resist change like crazy. Like whether it's snubbing animation and trying to relegate it to a genre, which is ridiculous, or
I think that's mostly down to the age range of most people in the Academy. They remember when an era when animation was firmly kids stuff, but not the era before it where it was for like adults, it was either for adults or for families. This right here, that can really trip people up. If you're on like a higher difficulty, those will kill you instantly. That's like the one time you really want to use guard.
I will say I'm disappointed, or at least I hope there's a version of this where we have the light trail behind us.
Not here.
I don't understand. Why are you here?
We came to give you the password.
Why didn't you just transmit the data?
Transmit?
I thought the MCP locked us out of the terminal.
I'll be all right once we access the DTD.
All right. So now we get to get a little more adventuring with Tron in.
Because, yeah, do you know how they did the look of the first Tron movie? It was like backlighting or something crazy.
I think they had to, like, they had the actors wearing, like, the suits with all the lines on it, but then I think frame by frame, someone had to go in and manually cut out everywhere in the frame where those lines were so they could put a backlight behind it and have it glow.
Right.
Something like that. Just, oh my goodness.
It's basically like, it'd be like, well, it's like doing frame by frame animation in a which, you know, they did do, but it's just like such a bizarre way to do it. Because I think what they did was they either was it they either desaturated the footage or I think they inverted the footage maybe, and that's why
Yeah,
it
I
looks
saw a
the way it
whole
does?
I saw a whole video about how the process for all the effects and everything, and I'm like, they had to do this for every single frame of every single shot, practically, other than like a few things at the beginning and end, and whenever they had pure CGI, which for my computer running this game, heck, PS2's running this game, were doing like thousands of times more complicated calculations in seconds. As I think those things took hours to do a single frame.
Oh yeah. I find it crazy that like everybody and their dog in a lot of industries is glazing AI incorporation into tech, but I look at the stuff that, which is really just all smoke and mirrors garbage. But then you have the stuff on the PS5 like tech demo where it's like the amount of real-time crap they're running with the Nanite engine. I'm just like, man, if you actually gave studios the time and money to utilize these systems, you could make some ridiculously polished games. I mean, visually polished anyway.
Yeah. So right here for this next little mini game, I'm switching to Follow the Wind so I can get an extra treasure magnet.
You're switching to what?
I'm switching to the Pirates of the Caribbean Keyblade because it has
Oh.
treasure magnet attached to it. So yeah, and I haven't whipped out Master Form quite yet, but I'm trying to remember when I start doing that.
So I have a problem with this password,
Yes.
Kyrie. Well, okay, so this computer, Alice was one of the princesses of Heart, right?
Yes.
And Alice is like, what, 12? 14?
Something like that. I mean, we know that Snow White is 14.
I guess my point is, how old is this computer system?
That's actually... Dang it. That's a good point. Well, no. Let me think. It's less than 10 years old.
Okay, that means you'd
Also-
have to know the princesses as babies.
Well, no. Thanks to information we learn in later games, the fact that timeline does not need to line up.
Okay.
In fact, I think they flat out confirmed for most of them that it doesn't, which fixes everything. I can't go into this until we go to Birth by Sleep, but
Okay.
basically it makes sense that this computer system could be programmed with the names of all the Princesses of Heart.
Okay. I will be patient. Birth by Sleep's the one with Aqua, right? And Ventus?
Yes. Yep.
I don't know anything about them. I just know of them. And I've seen a little bit of footage from those games.
Yeah. So yeah, since we have to collect clusters here, the little orbs, the prizes that fall out, and then build up that bar at the top left, and then freeze the screens around us, and that'll cancel the alarm. So that's why I switched to Follow the Wind, so that I can pick up the clusters easier.
That's handy. There is no treasure magic, or is there a treasure magnet just ability you can equip?
Yes, but I don't think I've gotten it yet, or it's not worth dedicating the AP to it quite yet. I will give Shadow the Hedgehog one thing. I don't think they ever did that in the computer system. Just have warning going off constantly. Suddenly, the hand on the thing there is making me think of Metroid Prime 3.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
as good as new. All my functions have been restored.
Wait, why?
Boy,
Finally, I have full access
Crap.
to the DTD.
Nice
My
job,
control
idiots.
system is now complete. I might have anticipated such a simple password.
My problem with the password is that it's 7 different names.
An emergency destruct.
So what I imagine is it's less...
Also, why does the town have an emergency self-destruct?
No.
Wait, you mean like Hollow Bastion?
That's what the MCP
What?
said.
Are you sure you don't just mean the computer here? Because...
Program, you changed the password.
There, that should buy us some time.
No, he was saying that the town has an emergency self-destruct.
That's stupid.
MCP's loading a hostile program into the I.O. tower.
You could just explain that there was a bunch of undiscovered, unexploded ordnance under the town, and it's like, oh, hey, look at this. I didn't know this was here.
Or better yet, you could say, like, you could use the, what's it called? The security system in such a way that it would result in the town being destroyed.
Yeah. Anyways, what were you saying?
Maybe it was, I want to see if we ever get another game like Shadow the Hedgehog. I want to see them try a cyberspace thing again, now that we have Sage, because I feel like I love the aesthetic and the trope of being inside a computer, but yeah, it's just, it sucks to see potential just not reached with execution. I'm trying to think of other games that do that. Oh yeah, Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. You go inside a Xbox One.
That sounds like a very Banjo-Kazooie thing to do.
Yeah, although they called it the Logbox 720. That was the good timeline where Microsoft didn't ruin everything with PRM.
My goodness, they had
everything.
They had one successful generation, and they made sure to immediately piss all that success away and never recover.
It's like Nintendo may be the ones that are going to come out of this like slow game crash like near unscathed, but it seems like each of the big three companies. Whoa, what is this?
It's Masterform.
Ah. But it seems like each company is making its own unique, really stupid mistakes.
Yeah, they're everybody's doing something to piss off everyone.
Ooh.
Like I said, so Masterform is has a theme of like aerial combat.
Yeah, I have noticed that as you progress, you do get better and better, like better aerial stuff, like in the first game.
Yeah.
So you said we're out of Disney worlds, so that means I was hoping we were going to get Glide from Peter Pan again, but I guess not.
Nope, no Neverland here.
And no gliding, huh? It was pretty busted.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
But yeah, one of the best abilities for Masterform, at least in terms of like traversal and collecting things, is fire. So when you use fire in Masterform, Sora surges forwards.
Oh.
In
It's
midair.
like an air dash?
Yeah, it's really good. And in fact, they formalized it as an ability in Birth by Sleep called Fire Surge, and there's also a Thunder version called Thunder Surge. And I'm jumping forward here, but Thunder Surge is the most absurd ability in that game. But yeah, when he uses Thunder, he like spins in a circle while shooting a whole bunch of lightning in the center. Ice, he shoots out like a shotgun.
Cool.
Yeah, as we go on with the drive forms, their use of magic gets progressively more cracked.
There.
Another map.
You know, the vibe I'm getting feels like we're close to endgame, but I know that can't be true because we're only halfway through our parts.
Yeah, we're a little past halfway. In fact, we might be, in terms of runtime, we might be about halfway. Yeah, we haven't quite reached the final world of this game yet, the equivalent to, like, End of the World from Kingdom Hearts 1. And like I alluded to earlier, even though this is the last Disney World, there's still plenty of Disney stuff left to cover in this game.
Good. Ooh, I love that red and blue. Mini-boss.
Yep. This is, I think, just called Hostile Program.
I'm disappointed in you, Program. Why do you insist on allying with these selfish users?
Because I want to help them. Something written into my code commands me to do what is right.
Really? And what command would that be?
I can't really say for sure.
Friends, they help each other, that's all. Uh-oh, look out!
You know, that's interesting because we have Pinocchio is an artificial being that assumedly has a heart, right?
Yeah, we've also had other ones like Sally, who was made by the professor.
And I'm just saying that Tron, in a way, is kind of like that. Assuming he has a heart.
I would. He's a named, beloved Disney character. He gets to have a heart regardless of what the lore says. But yeah, if you think about it, Tron is the second live-action property to be put into Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, you're right.
It's easy to forget, but yeah, Tron himself is based on a live-action actor, so...
You did mention, what was it, Tron Uprising? I never saw that, but I know it's really beloved.
I never saw Tron Uprising either, I just know it exists.
No, I remember this.
Here's Tron's Limit. So a lot of the limits, they'll have a different thing based on if you press X or triangle. And then once you go far enough in the limit, it'll do a final hit. So just like earlier, we're picking up the clusters so that we can fill up that bar, and once it's full, we can freeze the boss.
So we're both programmers, allegedly. I say that because I'm a terrible programmer. But it's interesting to me to see, like, the abstraction of, well, something abstract in a computer world tried to be made less abstract, like in games or movies. Because, you know, there's the nerdy thought of, what would this, like, what would be going on? Like, but I mean, this is less a hardware space and more a software space. So that wasn't taking damage while it was frozen, was it?
It wasn't. I'm not entirely sure how the invincibility frames work on this. I mostly just rush B, don't stop, and kill the thing. But yeah, my baptism of fire of that was Mega Man Battle Network.
What do
I
you
remember
mean?
watching that show.
Oh, yeah.
Of thinking like, what's actually going on in the fantasy, simplified computer world as imagined by people who don't know much about computers.
Right.
Because that's the thing, it's usually writers and creative people who come up with ideas like this, and they have to be like, well, I know this about computers, and that's kind of like this in the real world, and it's like, that's not how computers work.
Yeah, my favorite example of that has to be, I think it was a Mario 64 ROM hack where you're inside a computer, and there's a part where you have to ride the bus, which I think is really funny.
Alright, so this boss is actually fairly significant in terms of rewards.
Oh.
Just like with Barbossa, we got another drive gauge.
Oh.
We're up to 5 now, which means that we could, if we wanted to, leave and do the next part of Atlantica. But also we got Vicinity Break, which is an incredible ability for Sora and is vital to a grinding strategy that I will show in a couple of parts here.
I think I've got a chance of getting system control away from the MCP.
Has this guy done any other voice acting? His voice sounds really unique.
I'm not sure. If I had found anything notable with Boxleitner, I probably would have written it down, so I don't think he's done much.
Listen, Tron. We didn't get the password from Ansem. We
Ansem
just
is
sort of
dead.
found it back in the user world. By accident. And one more thing. Ansem, he was our enemy.
We also murdered him.
He still is. I guess.
Well, actually, he's my enemy, too.
Oh?
What do you mean?
Ansem took Encom's original system and customized it for his own use.
He's a
I was
software
part of the original
pirate.
system, and Ansem modified me, too. So, that makes him my user. But Ansem is also the one who brought back the MCP. The Ansem I first knew wouldn't do that. I'm sorry I didn't tell you.
That's okay, but now I really don't get it.
Huh.
Understand it either. But I think users like you are going to be the ones who will finally figure it out. You have the ability to take illogical routes and still arrive at the answers you seek. Now go, before the MCP starts acting up again.
Is that a font that's just codable or nah?
I don't know. But yeah, so he's talking about Ansem being a pretty chill guy originally, and then something changed and the MCP was introduced. So once again, it's almost like there's more than one Ansem. Because, like, we killed one, and yet there's one hanging around with Diz.
I'll keep a dedicated access
So it sounds like we're not done with Tron World quite yet.
So you won't have to worry about the MCP for a while.
Yeah, well, a lot of things were left unresolved. The Sark, the MCP.
I knew you'd ask.
But yeah, we're leaving Tron for now.
It's a very important link between our worlds. It's how we stay connected.
See, now you're speaking Sora's language.
You, my friends, are the new password.
Sora, Donald, Goofy.
Thanks, Tron.
The MCP will never guess that one.
And give my
I'm
best
actually
to the
curious
users.
if there's a password system where you can have, like, a handful of, like, strings that make up your password that don't have to be in any particular order. Ooh!
Here's the Tron Keyblade
That's
that
cool.
I hardly ever use at all. I don't know. It's probably not terrible, but its ability is a little narrow. It just boosts your
That's
electric
cute.
abilities.
That's that.
Wait a second.
Look,
Isn't that AI generated art?
Yeah, but Tron's an actual
where do we
AI.
start?
I know.
Yeah.
Let's access the DTD.
Also, that is a wild design for a
Keep checking
monitor.
the situation in town.
Little
Wait, why
flanges
so?
on the
Don't worry.
little extra
Hey,
bits
look.
at the top,
Ah.
left and
Our
right.
password.
That's easy. It's
Sora.
Donald.
Goofy.
Technically, he said, "You, my friends," are the new password. So, was it "You, my friends"?
That's
That
funny.
did it. We're in.
So what does the
Time to go
DTD
into
stand
town.
for in the computer
Need to see what that last shakeup did.
sense?
You're not gonna check out the data?
It's just
It
what he
wasn't
called
exactly
his
easy to
database.
get.
Okay.
It's a reference to the Door to
I'm coming
Darkness.
Right.
back. Hey, Sora. Why don't you get started unloading the data and copying it down? It's just a few keystrokes.
Leon, you should know that Sora's a dum-dum in this game. At least ask Goofy to do it. Well, anyway, we'll have to see what comes of that next time on Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.